Now, I've said this before, and now it might actually be happening. If new home builders won't build the necessary inventory, then maybe the government should jump in and just fill that gap. Well, now that might actually just be happening. U.S. Representative Tom Suozzi, a New York Democrat, and Nicole, I believe, Miliotakis, a Republican, so it's bipartisan, have introduced a bill called the Housing for U.S. Act. It's a bipartisan proposal aimed at easing the national housing inventory shortage by investing federal funds into construction of millions, yes, millions of new homes for middle-class Americans. The bill, which is currently awaiting committee review, calls for up to $250 billion in proceeds from the potential end of the federal conservatorship over Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, and that money is to be allocated towards building as many as 3.5 million new housing units. But with $250 billion, you never know. If the government does build 3.5 million homes, a whole bunch of good stuff is going to happen. Yes, values would come down on all homes across the board. However, don't worry, because your equity would still be tracking along historic lines. Now, most importantly, the drop in values would bring millions of new buyers to the table. Middle-class Americans who could actually afford to buy homes, making this a renaissance for mortgage lending. And for the few remaining active full-time loan officers in the business, it would look fantastic. Now, I hope all of our trade associations get on board with this. If you're going to lobby for anything, lobby for the Housing for U.S. Act. Oh, and if this bill goes through, tell those expired listings to relist as soon as possible, because prices are going to drop as soon as they break ground. Now, with respect to Jerome Powell.
As president, there are a few decisions more important than nominating leaders of integrity and good judgment to hold trusted positions in public office. And few of those trusted positions are more important than the chairman of the Federal Reserve. Accordingly, it is my pleasure and my honor to announce my nomination of Jerome Powell to be the next chairman of the Federal Reserve. He's a terrible Fed chair. I was surprised he was appointed. I was surprised, frankly, that Biden put him in and extended him.
And him quitting or getting fired. I want you to consider this point. By not participating in some form of quantitative easing and stubbornly keeping rates high, he has effectively kept American buyers on the outside. Now, we as loan officers, we see this all the time. Now, with sellers dropping prices, guess who the winners are? It's foreign investors, specifically the Chinese. They're going on a wild spending spree on houses. Between April of 2024 and March of 25, Chinese investors snapped up nearly twice as many U.S. homes as they did the previous year, and this is according to a report from the National Association of Realtors. The NAR report shows an 83% surge in Chinese residential real estate purchases relative to the same year earlier, with spending increasing from $7.5 billion to $13.7 billion. Chinese nationals purchased 11,700 U.S. homes, making them the largest group of foreign buyers in the world. So our Fed's policies are helping the Chinese gobble up houses in our market at the expense of Americans. That's the end result of the current policies. If the Fed were to buy mortgage-backed securities again and drop rates by a couple percent, and if the housing bill I just spoke about goes through, then maybe Americans could have a chance of actually buying houses again. But as it stands right now, you're probably going to be paying rent to the Chinese government in the coming years. Let that one sink in. I hope this helps. Hey, listen, guys, if you're looking for a cost-effective point-of-sale LOS with a CRM involved, where you get your own short codes, where you can make videos, and short codes for your realtors where you can lead capture, all in one, and the price point beats every other cloud-based, mobile-enabled CRM and point-of-sale, you better check out Broker Plus. All you have to do is fill out the information down below and check these guys out. It would be a great option for your business. Now on with the show.